assets have come off very aggressively. Managers were struggling before Brexit to find good returns. Surely there's some lip-smacking yields and opportunities for you now, or actually because things have changed so much, do you have to stand back?
Well, we went into the summer fairly lightly positioned in equities because summers often have shocks, liquidity is very poor. You know, over 40 years, on average over the summer, you make no money from May to September, you make 10% the rest of the year. And we expected shocks, and this is the first big shock of the summer. Yeah. So there are opportunities, and I think the opportunities are mostly outside of the UK and Europe. You think about emerging markets, China is not badly affected by this at all, this sort of political fuss we're having over here. US interest rates are going to stay lower. Emerging markets look quite a good buy here.
I've just noticed at this point, I've just noticed your tie. It's a jolly pro-European tie.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's blue with gold stars. Did you do that on purpose this morning?
Well, it was very dark this morning.
Okay.
No, I thought it was an act of respect.
But I mean, you talk about a summer of issues, and you also point out the historicals, which my dear chum Jeffrey always points out to me on the technicals and charts, and sell in May and go away. So you think there are opportunities in the UK and beyond, but you just want to hold off for now because you think there's more tumult to come?
No, I think there is more tumult to come. It's going to be a very volatile period. When we had the two big shocks in the early part of this year and last summer, central banks fix the problem. Politicians have to fix this problem, and they're not in a desperate hurry to do so. So I think you could find this gets quite prolonged, but you should be buying during panics, not selling during panics. It almost always works that way.
Did you buy on Friday?
No.
Were you tempted to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so we're close to buying.
Would you call this a panic or a readjustment? I mean, a panic is when people are acting irrationally. There was nothing irrational about people's behaviour, was there, on Friday? The market just got it wrong.
Yeah, I think sterling is not likely to bounce back. I think sterling is going to stay low and go lower. But I think stock markets globally will probably look at this in a few weeks' time and say, well, there are other things happening. But they get very tunnel vision during these periods of a big surprise like this. And this was a huge surprise for
Where
markets.
do you think there is mispricing then in any market at the moment?
Well, I think probably global equities are an opportunity because policy will be looser. Yes, you've got to adjust to the fact the European and UK economy will be slower as well. But that's what markets have done, and markets in the short term tend to overreact. I think one thing to bear in mind is we may not be out of the EU. You notice that both Boris Johnson and the Chancellor have talked about not being in a hurry to enact Article 50. It's because you've got massive leverage at the moment in the negotiating position by not enacting the article. And you may find out what happens is there's some kind of negotiation with Europe, and it could be put back to the people. We've had a referendum about leaving the EU, but not what to go into. So we may find ourselves in a few months' time with another referendum. And I notice here you've got the number of signatures on this.
3.6 million.
3.6 million now on this referendum.